Hi guys, so today we're gonna do another SUV review. So this is the 2016 Ford Everest Trend 4x2 6-speed automatic. So as you can see, it's finished in white. It has a big Ford grille, so it's finished in chrome. And you got your oval Ford logo right here. You got your projector type headlamps here. But these are not bi-xenon and they're not LED, so they're just halogen. Then you got your DRL here, so which is halogen. You got your fog lights here. As you can see, the tires are really thick. Big tires. You got 265/60 R18 tires here. You got your 2.2, so that means 2.2 liter 4-cylinder 6-speed automatic right there. You got your integrated signal lights here. Big side mirror for this SUV. So this is the key for the Ford. So it's a flip key. So you got your trunk twice. You just press it twice, the trunk will open. Your lock and your unlock. So this doesn't have keyless entry like the titanium of the Ford Everest. So you have a big step forward for the Ford Everest. When I compare it with the Montero and the Fortuner that I test drove before and I reviewed, this is a lot bigger. So you got your roof rail here. So 18-inch rims right there. Then a nice LED rear tail lamps here. So you got your signal light and your reverse light. You got your big chrome Everest logo here. Your Ford wiper here. Third brake light and your antenna. 4 sensors for this Ford Everest. It's a big car. I mean, this is bigger than I think the Fortuner and the Montero Sport. I think this competes in terms of size with the Chevrolet Trailblazer in terms of bulk. So guys, this is the exterior for the Ford Everest. Now we're gonna do the interior. We're gonna look at the engine and do a test drive. So we're at the interior of the 2016 2.2 Ford Everest Trend. So here are the gauges. The speedometer's in the middle, then you got 2 screens, left and right. To control these screens and to navigate the menu, you got your buttons here. This is for the left screen, this is for the right screen. And these are your sync buttons, to answer your calls, volume for your stereo, your cruise control. Then you got your side mirror controls here and your folding side mirrors. So they're nice and big, so you could easily park this pretty big SUV. And you got your knob type headlight controls with front and rear fog lights. And you got your dimming controls here. Then your lock and unlock button. Then this driver's side is the only one that's fully automatic. Then your lock to rear windows right here. And this is nicely padded. So it's finished in plastic here, but leather here. Because normally this is where you rest your left hand. So the steering wheel is wrapped in leather, which is good. Dashboard is plastic, but after 4 years, still looks good. And this is where you could put your wallet or even your coins. So it's a nice finish to it, so it doesn't make a lot of noise. Your speakers are here. And you got your shade holder here, your sunglasses holder, and your interior lights are here also. So you got your sun visor here, nice and big. No mirror though for both driver, but there's one for the passenger. So there you go. Nice thing, the trim. I mean, there's chrome trim here around the aircon vents. A nice plastic silver trim all around the doors. Then here's the screen for the Ford Everest Trend. So it has audio, climate, phone, your navigation here, your apps. Very responsive. And you got your settings for your car, your clock, your sound, the radio, and your even Wi-Fi. So it's nice. I mean, it's easily to get used to this kind of menu, this type of screen. You got your volume knob here, traditional volume knob, and your aircon controls, so your fan speed. You got your max, you got your rear defogger, front defogger, auto function, your aircon button here. Then you got two 12-volt sockets, two USB ports right there. This is a 6-speed automatic transmission. So it's nice and smooth. I've been driving this for a while, for a whole day actually. Very, very comfortable. Electronic power steering. So very light for such a big car. Then you got a big cup holder that can easily fit this size of canister or thermos, right? And you got your front armrest here. Nice and deep. No charging port here or USB. You can put a lot of stuff here. And your traditional handbrake here. So the seats have a nice pattern to them, with finished in full leather with white stitching, right? So this car I think has around 4 airbags, as you can see. So driver, passenger there, and the B-pillar airbags here. So this is basically a 7-seater SUV. So that's why a lot of people buy this SUV, because you could fit your whole family, and if you have guests with you, easily, and it's high enough for flood. So when I compare this to the Mitsubishi Montero that I drove of the same year and the Toyota Fortuner of the same year, I feel this is a lot higher than those two. This is the interior for the Ford Everest 2016 2.2 trend. So guys, let's climb the seat of the second row of the Ford Everest. So you got your nice aircon switches here, and you got your 12-volt socket here. So it's nice, even your temperatures right here. So for all, for the first, second, and third row, you got nice aircon vents, round shape aircon vents here, your interior lights. So even for the third row of the Ford Everest, you got aircon vents also. So nobody's going to complain kung mainit. Kasi alam mo naman sa Pilipinas, it's always, let's say, 9 months out of the year it's hot. So it's nice to have SUVs like this with a lot of aircon vents at the back. So you got your lock and unlock buttons here. Nice leather all around for the armrest. So you got your rear armrest here with cup holders here also. Same finish as the front seats, and at the third row seats as well. So I'm around 5'7". So this is my driving position in the front, and you got a lot of space, see? So you're talking about a lot of leg space and a lot of head space as well. For the second row of the Ford Everest, you could actually adjust the second row. So here, there's like a lever that you lift to move the second row. So to lift that, then you'll have enough space. If you're taller than 5'7" in the third row, then you could fit maybe 5'8", 5'9" easily. So at least that's a nice option. I don't know if all the SUVs at this category has that option, but it's nice to have that. Nice and comfortable, and that's why a lot of people buy 7-seat SUVs here in the Philippines. So this competes with the Toyota Fortuner, Mitsubishi Montero, Isuzu MUX, Trailblazer, then Sangyong Rexton. Am I missing? Ah yeah, Nissan Terra, of course. Nissan Terra. What else am I missing here? I think that's about it. Let's try to check the third row of this Ford Everest. So easily you just pull this to fold the second row. Push it a little bit. Let's try to squeeze in. Ah, there you go. Okay. Okay guys, 5'7" and hitting the second row here. So it's pretty tight. But it's okay, on short trips, I don't mind it. I mean, you can still fit, there's aircon naman at the back, so there's no problem. But it's good to have. I mean, it's good to have if you need 7 people to haul. Let's say if you're going on long trips, at least you could use a SUV like this. Let's check the trunk of this Ford Everest 2.2. Let's see how big it is. So it's not power. I think the titanium one is. But for a mid variant, you really don't need one, to be honest with you. So you have lights here. Got a speaker here. A 12-volt socket. So if you go on a picnic, you could sit at the back. So with the third row up, you got decent amount. I mean, you could fit maybe 2 hand carry bags and a couple of gym bags as well. But once you fold the third row seats, it's nice and big and it's nice and flat. Then now you could fit more stuff. So you could do a configuration of 5, 6-seater, or fold the third row completely and fit 5 people and a lot of luggage. That's pretty big. So guys, this is the engine for the 2016 Ford Everest 2.2. So it's a 2.2 4-cylinder turbo diesel with 160 horsepower and 385 Newton meters of torque. Mated to a 6-speed torque converter automatic from Ford. So it has good power. For 160 horsepower might not sound like a lot of power, but it's pretty good. I mean, the torque really pushes the car. And you don't need a lot of horsepower on a big SUV like this, really. Because that diesel engine can take it. I mean, 385 is a lot of torque. So you got your battery here, your reservoir. So DOT4, brake fluid. Your big coolant tank here. This is where your air filter goes. So like I said, you know, 2.2, for most people that's enough. That's why I think that's why the 2.2 trend, 4x2 sells a lot. Because not a lot of people need 4x4, to be honest with you, unless you go really off-roading a lot. Let's do a test drive on this 2016 Ford Everest 2.2 trend. So this is a 4x2 variant. So this is the mid variant for the Ford Everest here in the Philippines. So this directly competes with the Montero Sport, Isuzu MUX, Toyota Fortuner, Chevrolet Trailblazer, SsangYong Rexton, and also Nissan Terra, to name a few. Of course, I think it also competes with the Hyundai Santa Fe and the Kia Sorento. But this being a ladder-based SUV, where the Kia and the Hyundai Santa Fe are more car-based SUVs. This Ford Everest is very popular in the Philippines. Besides the Toyota Fortuner and the Montero Sport, I think this is, you could say, the third most popular mid-size SUV in the Philippines. This particular model has a 2.2 4-cylinder diesel. So that's good power, 160 horsepower and 385 Newton meters of torque. So it's very responsive. You know, I'm shocked with this car because 160 on paper is not a lot. But when you actually drive it, it feels like it has more power than that, to be honest with you. Maybe it's because of the torque figures. And also, it has a pretty good 6-speed automatic, very smooth transmission here. And the ride is really good. I mean, if I'm just basing it and comparing it to the Toyota Fortuner and the Montero Sport, I think this is better in terms of ride than the Montero Sport and the Toyota Fortuner. And it's also higher off the ground. It feels like a bigger SUV. Maybe true. I mean, it might be a bigger SUV in terms of length and width, but also its height. And I think this still has the wading depth of 800, so it's pretty high. So perfect to sa mga baha. If you live in a area na medyo baha yung lugar, perfect tong SUV na to. Like I said, it also fits 7 people. So not bad at all. So I'm doing around 50 kilometers. It's very smooth. I mean, you could hardly hear that 2.2. You can only hear the diesel engine really when you step out of the SUV. Pero inside, tahimik siya. Unless you rev it pretty high. Tsaka matipid siya, like I said, 8.5 kilometers in the city. So siguro worse conditions, I feel it can do around 7 kilometers, which is still not bad for such a big SUV. Normally kasi hindi ako mahilig sa SUVs na ganito kalaki. I I still prefer sedans. I still prefer hatchbacks. But it's also nice to drive SUVs once in a while. The white color goes well with this 2.2 tread. Ano lang, you just have to be a little bit ano ba? You car wash it regularly. So this is my review of the 2.2 2016 Ford Everest 4x2. So this is the Trend variant. Salamat.